In this video, we're going to discuss a new feature in Microsoft Teams that allows you to disable the ability for meeting attendees to unmute themselves. We'll discuss how to do this both before a call and during a call, coming up. Hey everyone, it's Joe from FC Tech, a great place to find tech news, reviews, and tutorials. If you're new here, make sure you click that subscribe button. And all of the links we reference in this video can be found in the video's description. And with that said, let's jump into it. As you can see by this roadmap, the ability to block meeting participants from unmuting themselves was recently launched. In this video, I'm going to show you how to block this both before a meeting begins as well as after a meeting starts. To get started, I'll actually pull up meeting options for you. So let me pull up Teams here. Okay, here we are in the web-based version of Teams. I'm going to pull up the actual meeting here. And in order to enable this feature within this meeting, and you can either enable this before the meeting starts or after when you're in there, and I'll show you how to do both. And this is how you block users' ability to unmute themselves before a meeting begins. To do this, click on Meeting Options in the meeting you want to enable this on. And you can see here at the bottom, it says Allow attendees to unmute. If you want to block the ability for attendees to unmute themselves, simply uncheck this and then click Save. And now when any non-organizers, or in this case attendees, connect to the meeting, they will not be able to unmute themselves until you, the organizer, allow them to. And just as a best practice from Microsoft, when users want the ability to speak, it's best to advise them beforehand to just raise their hand in the meeting. And this will be a signal to the organizer to unmute them. So it's generally considered best practice. Also understand that the ability that I'm about to show you is not available in the mobile version, nor is it available for devices yet. I assume that's coming, but it's not available currently. So just be aware of that. All right, now I'm going to connect to the meeting with my secondary account, the organizer. So I'll click Join. And for the case, and for the sake of this video, I don't need to connect audio or video. I just want to join the meeting to show how the controls work. So I'll click Join. And this is the meeting organizer account. And from here, I'm going to pull up my local client where I'll connect with my other account. So I'll pull up the calendar here and I will join the meeting with the desktop client. Click Join. All right, so now that I'm in the meeting, both with the main account, the organizer, as well as my secondary account, I'm actually going to convert this secondary account to an attendee, and I'll change them. And this, as you saw, this can be done on the fly. And you can see here there's actually a new icon beside the user, and this just indicates that their microphone is being blocked currently. And when I jump back over to the desktop client, you can also see that my mic is disabled. As I said before, I can raise my hand, and this will be a signal to the organizer to allow me to unmute, which I can do. As you can see here, I can actually click on the ellipsis beside the user that wants to be able to speak, and I can click on Allow Unmute, or I can make them a presenter, or I can lower their hand. What I'll do from here, I'll just click on Allow to Unmute, and by default they will still remain unmuted until the user actually clicks on the unmute icon on their end. And I'll pull up that client again, and now you can see I have the ability to unmute myself. And let's say they're done speaking and you want to mute them again. All you need to do is click on the ellipsis and then click on Don't Allow to Unmute. And that's pretty much it. That is how you enable and disable unmuting for attendees within a call. One thing that I did early on in this call was actually convert the user to an attendee. As many of you probably already know, you can set that up beforehand if you want to make a user an attendee in your meeting options. You can actually change that here. Like, I can set this to only me. Hit save. I'll leave that meeting and then I'll rejoin it. And you can see that I'm still an attendee here. If you want to enable this option once you're already in the meeting, you can actually click in the attendees pane. You can click on the ellipsis here by people or attendees, and then click on allow attendees to unmute or allow attendees, or don't allow attendees to unmute, depending on what option you have selected. And this will just change the default for everyone who's joining in the room. So this is more of a, like I said, a retroactive thing that you can apply after the fact if you forget to set this setting before the meeting begins. As a general rule, I would probably set this before the meeting, assuming you remember, of course. But that's pretty much it. If you found this video helpful, please like, subscribe, and share. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.